Imagine this. A man sees a woman across the room. Before he knows her name, before he hears a single word from her lips, something about her has already caught his attention. It isn't just her looks. It's something deeper, something unspoken, something magnetic, and that is where real attraction begins. Energy and presence are often overlooked when people talk about attraction, yet they are the very first things that make someone unforgettable. Before a man notices your hairstyle, your outfit, or even the words coming out of your mouth, he registers how you make him feel in your presence. It is the intangible quality that radiates before you even speak. Think about the last time someone walked into a room and, without saying a word, everyone turned to look. Maybe they weren't the most conventionally attractive person there, but something about the way they carried themselves commanded attention. That is energy and presence, and men pick up on it instantly. Energy is about the vibe you transmit, the silent message you send to people around you. Some women walk into a space apologizing for being there. They shrink themselves, hunch their shoulders, or bury themselves in their phone. That communicates insecurity, nervousness, or disinterest, and it creates a subtle wall that keeps others away. Then there are women who walk into the exact same room with their shoulders back, head held high, and a quiet confidence that says, "I belong here." They don't have to be loud, flashy, or the center of attention. Their calm self-assuredness does all the talking for them. Men notice this difference immediately because it influences how they feel in your presence. Presence is about where your attention lies. If you are constantly distracted, worrying about how you look, or checking your phone, your presence is fractured. A man can sense that your energy is somewhere else, and it makes him feel like he is not truly connecting with you. On the other hand, when you are genuinely present, listening, laughing, and engaging in the moment, it creates an electric connection. Presence says, "I see you, I hear you, and I am here with you right now." That is deeply attractive because it makes a man feel important, understood, and valued in your company. Another aspect of energy is emotional tone. People often underestimate how contagious emotions are. If you bring lightness, playfulness, or warmth into a conversation, it changes the entire dynamic. A woman who smiles easily, who can laugh at herself, or who brings curiosity into her interactions leaves a mark that lingers long after she leaves. This doesn't mean you have to be overly bubbly or fake cheerful. Authentic energy is more powerful than forced positivity. It is about letting the parts of you that genuinely enjoy connection shine through, rather than hiding them behind walls of self-protection or judgment. Men are not scanning for physical perfection in the way many women think. What men are truly drawn to is how they feel in your energy. Do they feel relaxed around you or tense? Do they feel lifted up or drained? Do they feel like they are in the presence of someone who knows her worth and enjoys life? That is what lingers in their minds far longer than the color of your dress or the way your hair was styled that day. The beauty of energy and presence is that they are completely within your control, regardless of your appearance, age, or circumstances. It is not about being the most beautiful woman in the room, but about being the most captivating one. And captivation comes from how you show up. When you bring intention to the way you enter a space, carry yourself, and engage with others, you become magnetic. Men don't just notice your energy, they feel it, and that feeling is what makes them want more of you. When it comes to attraction, the eyes and expressions play a much bigger role than most people realize. Long before a man processes the details of what you are wearing or even what you are saying, he is reading your face. Humans are wired to pick up on micro-expressions and subtle cues that communicate interest, warmth, curiosity, or indifference. The way you look at someone has the power to create instant chemistry, and the kind of expression you hold can either draw a man in or push him away without you ever intending it. Eye contact is one of the most powerful tools in creating connection. A steady, genuine look into someone's eyes can communicate confidence, presence, and even attraction. When you hold eye contact just a fraction longer than usual, it sends a message that you are comfortable and that you are interested. On the other hand, avoiding someone's gaze, looking over their shoulder, or darting your eyes around the room sends the message that you are distracted, unsure, or even disinterested. Men pick up on this quickly, and it influences how they respond to you. A woman who can meet a man's gaze with openness and ease immediately stands out, because it is rare to find someone who is comfortable enough in herself to allow that kind of vulnerable connection. Expressions go hand in hand with eye contact. A genuine smile, the kind that reaches your eyes, is incredibly magnetic. It not only communicates approachability, but also warmth and positivity. Men are naturally drawn to women who look like they enjoy the moment because it makes interaction feel effortless and fun. A playful grin, a subtle smirk, or an intrigued look can be more powerful than perfectly applied makeup or a stylish outfit because it communicates personality. A woman's expressions tell a story about her emotional world, and men are instinctively drawn to that story when it feels inviting. Another powerful aspect of expression is curiosity. When you show genuine interest in what someone is saying, it comes through in your face. Your eyes light up, your eyebrows lift slightly, and your entire demeanor communicates, "I'm engaged with you." That kind of expression makes a man feel seen and valued, which is deeply attractive. On the flip side, a blank or disengaged expression can make even the most interesting person feel invisible, which is why expressions matter so much in early interactions. There is also a subtle dance in expressions that creates tension and intrigue. For instance, a teasing look, a quick playful glance away, or a moment of feigned seriousness can make a conversation exciting. These micro-expressions communicate playfulness without words, and men often find them irresistible because they spark curiosity. They leave him wondering what you are thinking and invite him to lean in closer, both literally and emotionally. Expressions also reveal authenticity. Men notice when your smile is forced or when your face looks like a mask. They are drawn to women whose expressions reflect real emotion because it signals honesty and confidence. When you are comfortable enough to laugh fully, to look surprised, or to show genuine delight, it makes you magnetic. Perfection isn't what men are scanning for. It is the small, real moments of humanity that they find captivating. Attraction often begins in silence, in those wordless exchanges of eyes meeting and expressions shifting. A woman who understands the power of this unspoken communication doesn't need to overthink what to say, because her eyes and expressions are already creating connection. It is in those fleeting glances and genuine smiles that men feel the spark that makes them want to know more. Style and effort are two things men notice very quickly, and they speak volumes without you ever having to open your mouth. When a man first sees a woman, his eyes are naturally drawn to how she presents herself. This isn't about being a certain size, having flawless features, or wearing the most expensive clothes. What captures attention is the sense that she has put thought into how she looks, that she values herself enough to show up with intention. Style is not about fashion trends, but about the way you put yourself together in a way that reflects who you are. And men find that deeply attractive because it signals confidence and self-respect. When a woman has a sense of her own style, it tells a story. It might be subtle elegance, a playful flair, a bold statement, or a soft, understated simplicity. Whatever the story is, it communicates her personality before she even speaks. A man may not know the the names of designers or notice every detail of a dress, but he notices the overall impression. He notices whether you walk into a room with clothes that look like they were chosen with care, or whether it feels like you put in no effort at all. The effort is the key here. Men don't expect perfection, but they notice and appreciate the signs that you take pride in yourself. Effort extends beyond clothing. The way you carry yourself, the way your hair is styled, the scent you wear, even the small details like how you accessorize or the shoes you choose, all create a holistic impression. These details may seem small, but collectively they tell a man how much you care about presenting your best self to the world. Men often describe women they find attractive as put together, and that phrase has little to do with beauty standards and everything to do with effort. A woman who looks like she values her appearance sends the message that she also values herself, and that is compelling. There is also an unspoken message in style about self-awareness. When a woman wears something that suits her body shape, her coloring, and her personality, it tells a man she knows herself, she understands what works for her, and she embraces it rather than trying to fit into someone else's mold. That kind of self-knowledge is rare and magnetic because it radiates authenticity. Men notice when your style feels natural to you rather than forced, and they respond to that authenticity with genuine attraction. Another part of effort that men pick up on is how you carry what you wear. Confidence can make a simple outfit look extraordinary, while insecurity can make even the most glamorous outfit fall flat. Men are less focused on whether you are wearing something trendy and more on whether you own it. When you walk with assurance, when you move as though you feel comfortable and beautiful in your skin, that energy enhances whatever you are wearing. Style is not just in the fabric, but in the way you inhabit it. Scent is another detail men notice that falls under the category of effort. A fragrance can leave a lasting impression that words cannot. Men often recall the way a woman smelled long after they have forgotten what she was wearing. Choosing a scent that feels like you and wearing it consistently can become a signature that deepens your presence in someone's memory. These sensory details, though subtle, are incredibly powerful in shaping attraction. Ultimately, what men find magnetic is not the price tag of your outfit or the complexity of your makeup, but the intention behind it. Style and effort are signals that you care about how you show up, that you take pride in yourself, and that you understand the power of first impressions. Men are drawn to women who look like they chose their look with care because it speaks to a deeper message. I value myself, and I choose to express that through the way I present myself to the world. The way a woman speaks has a far greater impact on attraction than most people assume. Men are not only listening to what you say, but also to how you say it, and this often creates the first emotional imprint. A voice carries warmth, confidence, playfulness, and sincerity, and these qualities can make an ordinary interaction feel extraordinary. When a woman speaks with intention, her tone and rhythm become part of her magnetism, and this is something men notice almost immediately. A woman's voice is like music to a man's ears when it reflects authenticity. A soft, calm tone can feel soothing and inviting, while a playful lilt can spark curiosity and excitement. What matters most is not whether the voice is naturally deep, light, or melodic, but whether it carries genuine emotion. Forced tones, overly rehearsed patterns of speech, or exaggerated inflections often create distance because they feel artificial. Men are far more attracted to the sound of authenticity, where the voice aligns with the woman's true personality and emotions. The pace of communication is another subtle but important factor. When someone speaks too quickly, it can create a sense of nervousness or insecurity, as though they are rushing to fill silence or seeking approval. On the other hand, when a woman speaks at a measured pace, pausing naturally and allowing her words to land, it projects confidence and presence. It shows that she is comfortable with space, that she doesn't feel the need to hurry through the moment. That kind of poise captures attention because it makes a man feel he is engaging with someone grounded and self-assured. Laughter is one of the most powerful forms of vocal expression. A genuine laugh is magnetic because it communicates joy, lightness, and openness. Men are deeply drawn to women who laugh easily, not because they want someone to constantly entertain them, but because laughter signals emotional availability and the ability to enjoy life. The sound of a woman's laughter often stays in a man's memory, creating an emotional connection that words alone cannot achieve. A woman who allows herself to laugh fully without restraint radiates an energy that feels inviting and unforgettable. Playfulness in communication is another quality that men notice and find irresistible. A teasing tone, a hint of sarcasm delivered with warmth, or a light challenge creates a sense of dynamic tension that keeps a man engaged. This doesn't mean playing games or being insincere. It means having the ability to weave humor and spontaneity into conversation, which signals both confidence and emotional intelligence. Playful communication allows a man to relax and enjoy the moment, and it makes the interaction feel more like an adventure than a scripted exchange. At the same time, depth in communication is equally attractive. A woman who can shift from playful banter to sincere, thoughtful conversation demonstrates range. Men are captivated when they hear passion in a woman's voice, when she speaks about something that truly matters to her with conviction and enthusiasm. That energy is contagious, and it makes her words resonate beyond the surface level. Passion reflected in tone and delivery communicates that she has a rich inner world, and men find that kind of substance irresistible. Above all, the voice reveals emotional states. A man can sense tension, boredom, excitement, or warmth just by listening. If a woman's voice carries life, curiosity, and a touch of vulnerability, it feels real, and that realness creates attraction. When she allows her emotions to color her words instead of flattening them with monotony, she becomes far more captivating. Men are not simply listening for information. They are listening for feeling, and the voice is the direct channel through which that feeling is transmitted. What men notice in communication is not perfection, but presence. A woman who speaks with authenticity, varies her tone naturally, laughs freely, and allows her voice to carry both playfulness and depth will always stand out. It is not about sounding polished, but about letting her voice reflect her true self, because that is what makes her unforgettable. Passion and substance are qualities that men notice quickly, even if they do not consciously label them. When a woman has something that lights her up, something she loves talking about, it radiates through her presence. Passion is magnetic because it communicates that she has depth, drive, and an inner world that goes beyond surface-level attraction. Substance shows that she is more than just the way she looks, that she has ideas, values, and pursuits that make her life meaningful. These qualities stand out because they signal that being with her will never feel empty, that she has richness to bring into a relationship. When a woman talks about something she genuinely cares about, her entire demeanor shifts. Her voice becomes more animated, her eyes light up, and her energy expands. This natural enthusiasm is captivating because it feels real and unfiltered. Men notice this shift immediately because passion has a contagious quality. It draws people in, making them want to understand and experience what she feels. Whether it is a hobby, a career goal, an artistic pursuit, or even a simple joy like cooking or traveling, what matters is not the activity itself, but the emotion behind it. Men are not evaluating the worth of her passion, but rather the way she embodies it, because that embodiment communicates vitality. Substance complements passion by adding weight to her character. Substance is about having opinions, values, and perspectives that go beyond the surface. A woman with substance knows what she stands for, and she is not afraid to express it. This does not mean being rigid or argumentative. It means she has spent enough time reflecting on her life to know who she is and what matters to her. Men find this deeply attractive because it suggests stability and maturity. A relationship with someone who lacks substance often feels shallow and fleeting, while a woman with depth offers conversation, growth, and a sense of partnership that feels fulfilling. Another reason passion and substance are so attractive is that they create balance in a relationship. A woman who has her own life, her own goals, and her own joys does not rely on a man to be the sole source of her happiness. This independence is powerful because it takes pressure off the relationship and makes time together feel like a choice rather than a need. Men respect and admire women who can stand on their own while still being open to sharing their world. It makes the connection feel more equal and more exciting because it is two whole individuals coming together rather than one person trying to complete the other. Men also notice the way passion and substance influence conversation. A woman who can dive into topics with curiosity, ask thoughtful questions, and share insights creates an interaction that feels alive. Conversations stop being about small talk and instead become moments of discovery. A man remembers the woman who made him think, who introduced him to new perspectives, or who simply shared her passions in a way that made the world feel bigger. That memory often outlasts the physical details of how she looked. What makes these qualities even more appealing is their authenticity. Passion cannot be faked. A woman might pretend to enjoy something to impress a man, but it rarely has the same effect as genuine excitement. Men can sense when enthusiasm is real, and it is that authenticity that makes it powerful. Substance, too, cannot be fabricated. It is developed through lived experiences, through curiosity about the world, and through the willingness to reflect. When a man encounters a woman who embodies both, he feels like he is meeting someone who is rare, someone who brings real value into his life. Passion and substance ultimately make attraction sustainable. Physical beauty may catch a man's eye, but it is passion and depth that hold his attention. These qualities create intrigue, respect, and admiration, and they give a relationship the chance to grow beyond surface-level chemistry. Men notice when a woman has something she loves, and when she carries herself with the weight of substance, and that notice often transforms into genuine, lasting attraction. Playful confidence and boundaries are two qualities that often work together in ways that men find deeply attractive. Confidence on its own is magnetic because it communicates that a woman knows her value, but when it is combined with playfulness, it softens into something approachable and exciting. Boundaries add another layer by showing that while she is fun and open, she also has standards and self-respect. This combination creates a dynamic energy that men are drawn to because it keeps interactions both light-hearted and meaningful. Playful confidence is the ability to enjoy interactions without taking yourself too seriously. It is laughing easily, teasing in a kind way, and being able to roll with moments rather than getting stuck in self-consciousness. Men notice when a woman has this kind of energy because it makes them feel at ease. A woman who can make a joke, who can laugh at something silly, or who can turn a small mistake into a fun moment shows that she is comfortable in her own skin. That comfort radiates outward, making others feel comfortable around her. This playfulness is not about being immature, but about having the ability to bring joy into an interaction, and joy is a powerful magnet. Confidence adds depth to this playfulness. Without confidence, playfulness can look like seeking approval or trying too hard. With confidence, it feels authentic, natural, and controlled. Men admire women who can engage with charm and humor while still holding themselves with poise. It shows that she is not performing to gain attention, but simply expressing who she is. A confident woman does not need validation to feel attractive, and that independence makes her allure stronger. She enjoys the moment while knowing her worth, which makes her stand out. Boundaries are another quality men notice quickly, even if they cannot articulate it. A woman with boundaries communicates through her actions and choices that she respects herself. She does not tolerate disrespect, she does not overextend herself to impress, and she does not compromise on her values for the sake of temporary approval. This restraint creates an aura of strength that men find compelling. They see that she is not available to just anyone and that gaining her attention requires effort. That scarcity makes her presence more valuable. The balance between playfulness and boundaries is what makes this combination so effective. Too much boundary without playfulness can come across as cold or unapproachable, while too much playfulness without boundaries can seem careless or naive. When a woman combines the two, she creates intrigue. She can laugh, tease, and enjoy connection, but she also knows when to say no, when to walk away, and when to assert her needs. This makes men respect her while also wanting to be around her energy. It creates the kind of dynamic tension that keeps attraction alive. Playful confidence also allows a woman to engage with men in ways that build chemistry. A light challenge, a witty remark, or a teasing smile can spark interest without saying much at all. Men enjoy the sense of unpredictability that comes with playful energy because it keeps interactions fresh. Yet when this playfulness is paired with strong boundaries, it prevents the connection from drifting into disrespect or one-sidedness. Men notice that she can be fun without losing herself, and that is a rare and powerful quality. Ultimately, men are drawn to women who know how to mix lightness with strength. Playful confidence makes a man feel good in her company, while boundaries make him respect her and take her seriously. This combination tells him that she is both exciting and substantial, that being with her is enjoyable but not without effort. Men quickly notice when a woman embodies this balance, and it often becomes the factor that turns fleeting attraction into lasting admiration. At the end of the day, what men find most attractive goes far deeper than the surface. Yes, they notice looks, but what truly captures their attention and holds it is the combination of energy, presence, expression, style, voice, passion, confidence, and boundaries. These are the things that make a woman unforgettable because they show not just how she appears, but who she is. Attraction is not about perfection, it is about authenticity, and when a woman leans into her natural charm, her individuality, and her self-respect, she becomes magnetic. What men remember most is how she made them feel, and that feeling comes from the depth she carries within herself. The more a woman invests in her own joy, her own passions, and her own confidence, the more effortlessly she draws in the kind of connection that is real, lasting, and deeply fulfilling.